Hey, what's up everybody? Back with another day of showing you how I'm gonna build today's food plan, my food for the day so that I can hit my macronutrient goals and my calorie targets. Before I get started, as usual, if you find this video to be helpful, please hit the like button on this, maybe even the subscribe button. While you're already here, I do these videos every single day, hoping maybe that I'll be able to help you figure out how to piece and puzzle together your food and calculate your food so that you can hit your goals as well. So I'm on about day 4 or 5 of my new cutting plan, and I gotta tell you, I am loving it. For one, I just like the feeling of being leaner throughout the day. You know, when I was eating 3,700 calories, I felt bloated a lot of times throughout the whole day, which I just don't like. So I like the idea of feeling leaner and frankly of just eating less. And on top of that, I've always been a big fan of intermittent fasting. I love intermittent fasting. I love starting to eat around 12, stopping around 8 or 9 at night. Unfortunately, when you eat 3,700 calories a day, you have to start eating much earlier in the day because you have a lot more food to fit in. With less calories now that I have to eat, it allows me to go back to my intermittent fasting ways and start eating around 12 o'clock every day. A couple of other things I wanted to mention too is, you know, when you're doing these plans, for me, one of the keys to the success is being able to find things that are like 0 calorie or low calorie to be able to sort of flavor, whether it's a sauce, whether it's a food, whatever it is. So a couple of the things that have been keys to my success is one is Frank's Red Hot Sauce. It's 0 calorie. It's spicy. I love the flavor of it. It goes on just about everything that I do, so I highly recommend some Frank's Red Hot Sauce. And the other thing is pickles. I can't explain how, but pickles for the most part have 0 calories in them. I know they're a little bit higher in salt, but they're a great snack that don't add to your overall calorie count. And so if you're a fan of pickles, you know, throw them on multiple meals a day if you want, and they don't affect your overall calorie count. So just kind of wanted to mention those as sort of keys that have helped me along the way. So I've built today's plan. A couple of things that I've done differently again today, which has kind of been nice, is, well, I did the bone broth yesterday for breakfast or early in the day. I did that again today, the bone broth, just a cup of that. Really nice, just it's like 9 grams of protein for like 40 calories. That's just awesome. No carbs, minimal fat in it. A couple of other things I'm doing again today is the banana ice cream and something else on there that I added. I can't remember. We'll take a look here. Let's just take a look at how I built it. Okay, let's take a look at how I built today's food plan. I've completed the entire build, so let's take a first quick look at the top at the overall totals and how this ended up laying out. So from the previous videos, if you've watched, you know that I want to be just a little bit over on my total calorie count, and that's because the count on my app is the lowest possible calorie count that I would want to go. It's 20% off my target, and it's a pretty extreme cut. I don't really want to do 20%, so for me, the target's more like 10 to 20, but this number that I have in my app is based off of the 20% target. So going over that means I'm probably getting closer to like a 10 to 15% cut rather than a 20% cut. So I do want to be a little bit over here. Usually that number is about less than 300 over. You can see here I'm only 13 over, so actually today I might be closer to the 20% cut. It's a little bit more extreme today, but the numbers went the way that I wanted them to go, which is I want my protein to be the highest over, my carbs to be the next highest, and my fat, if I can help it, just to be a little bit under. And this did exactly that. So let's take a look at how I built this. So as I mentioned in other previous videos, I start every single day out by doing my pre and my post-workout meals first, for a couple of reasons. One is I know that each one of those I'm gonna do some whey isolate protein. So it's an easy way for me to start building the plan without having to think too much about it. Those are my staples. And so today is something a little bit different. My pre-workout, usually I put some carbs in there, usually some raisins, like 1/3 of a cup of raisins or something. I did not do that here. This is purely just gonna be the whey isolate protein. And that's because I really am trying to move my food and my calories around a little bit more throughout the day. Since I'm eating less, I wanna make sure that I'm not hungry during the day. So I'm having a few more snacks and less probably on my meals. On my post-workout, what I did here is some isolate whey again, a scoop and a half, and some frozen bananas. This will be the frozen banana ice cream that I make. 58 grams of carbs, 47 grams of protein on this particular meal. This got me started, and then I started to build my meals. So I started with a cup of the bone broth, which I actually drank as soon as I woke up. I just warmed it up for about 2 minutes in the microwave. So I didn't actually wait till breakfast to have this, but I drank this right off the bat this morning. And then I'm going into my pretty standard breakfast. 2 cups of eggs this time, the liquid egg whites, because I really needed to fulfill some extra protein. I finished my entire build and realized I was short on protein, so I actually upped my liquid eggs just a little bit because it's got 0 carbs, 0 fat, so you can increase your liquid eggs without increasing your carbs or your fat, which is really nice. I'm gonna do a little bit of cheese on there, which I haven't done, I think, in quite some time. That's the low-fat cheese. 2 slices of Ezekiel bread toast, and then something just for fun, which I haven't done in a while. I love olives. These are jalapeno stuffed green olives, so I'm gonna have 4 of those. Now, those could easily just be looked over and I could say, well, just eat them. They can't be that much of anything. Well, 4 olives is still 4 grams of fat. I mean, you got basically a gram of fat per olive. So you do kind of have to watch stuff like that, especially when you're restricting your overall numbers. That's my breakfast. Let's look at lunch. This is actually almost the exact same lunch that I did yesterday. It's just a couple of chicken burritos, 5 ounces of chicken breast, a couple of wraps, a little bit of cheese, and then some sauerkraut again on the side. I can't help it. I like cold sauerkraut. And it's awesome because it's got 0 fat in it as well. Really, it doesn't have hardly anything in it at all. 1 cup is only 8 grams of carbs, but really nice for a change up in taste and texture. For my dinner, doing something I've kind of done in the past here, a couple of these vegan buffalo chicken patties from Walmart. And then some of these new, Bush's makes these new fat-free baked beans, and they're really good. Probably a little bit higher in some sort of a sweetener, but from a calorie perspective and overall macro perspective, you can see here 3/4 of a cup, only 2.25 grams of fat. So really nice carb boost there. And then I put some guacamole that's gonna go on my buffalo chicken patties, as well as some hot sauce as well. And that just left me with a little bit more that I needed to kind of make up here. And so what I've done here is a couple of snacks. I'm doing a frozen fruit bar. These are these real fruit bars that I get from Walmart as well. You can see it's only got 15 grams of carbs, which is nice. I got some flavored yogurt on here, just one of those small containers. And then I've got 1 hard-boiled egg, and that's yolk and everything. Usually on this plan so far, I've restricted the amount of regular eggs that I've been eating because they tend to be a little bit higher in fat. You can see here 4 grams of fat for just 1 egg. But I have built this in such a way where the fat was so restricted earlier that even with those additional 4 grams, I still didn't go over my fat allotment. So that's how I built today's plan. Looking forward to quite a bit on here. Actually, the olives I'm really looking forward to. But that's how I build it. Hopefully this helps you figure out how to build yours. Again, just think about it as terms of, it's a puzzle. Put some pieces in there, see if they fit. If they don't, move them around, modify them, put some more, put some, like for example, those liquid egg whites. My numbers weren't hitting correctly, and I just I modified the liquid egg whites a little bit, and it got me where I needed to be. And so it's just a matter of sort of getting used to the process and figuring out how these work for you. So hopefully this helps, and we'll see you tomorrow.